Hello, and welcome to the first Tales from my backlog this month. And it's for Predators. Yes, I'm diving straight back into the Predator franchise with the third installment, 2010's Predators. Now, this has been a movie that I have been really looking forward to getting around to after watching the trailer for the very first time when I was either going to watch Predator 1 or Predator 2. I can't remember which. That had it as a trailer on the Blu-ray. And I eventually found a DVD copy, and after 3 times of changing what's being uploaded this month, have finally watched it. And I really enjoyed it. I definitely think it's better than Predator 2, but obviously the first Predator movie is still by far the more far superior Predator movie. Now, this is just based off watching the first 3 Predator movies without me having seen The Predators and Prey. I'm pretty sure by the time I get around to Prey, that might bump it up to the second position. Maybe even the first position. I don't know yet. I haven't seen it. I'll get around to it eventually. So, Predators. As I said, I really enjoyed it, and I actually recognized 4 actors in this movie. The main one that I was pleasantly surprised by was Adrian Brody, who plays obviously the main character in this movie. Now, why do I say that's kind of a shock to me? Is because have only I'm still new to Adrian Brody as an actor. I seen a few clips of some of his performances, and as far as I'm aware, apart from this movie, the only other Adrian Brody film that I've seen was The Pianist last year, which I fucking loved. So seeing someone doing that and then seeing him doing this action thriller type of movie was mind-boggling to me, and he'd done a fantastic job um, in this movie. I really, really enjoyed, his character. He's keeping everyone at arm's length. He does. It's not until like the end of the movie that we actually learn of his name, and he has a past. He has a dark past behind him. A lot of the people that are brought in this season cycle to this planet, a lot of them, served military. Then there's, the 2 that didn't. But honestly, he done a fantastic performance. The other performance that I was really pleasantly surprised by was Topher Grace, which is someone that I did not know he was a part of this movie until it was pointed out to me. Sorry, I just had to check the back of my DVD copy to make sure that he wasn't featured on the back. But he wasn't. Um, but yeah, I honestly thought that Topher Grace's character was just plucked at random, that he had nothing to do with the rest, and so on and so forth. And there's this big Chekhov's gun that plays off in the end. Where he stops the Russian guy from touching this deadly toxin, and he coats his pocket knife with, and that gets played off when he goes and attempts to kill Isabella. When it's his grand reveal that turns out he's just like them all. He's a murderer, but he's worse than that. He's a psychotic murderer. Because when one of the last predator is trying to kill him, he's like, "But I'm just like you guys." And he was talking about how at home he felt like a murderer and all, on Earth, like he felt like a murderer and that, but here he feels normal. And I gotta give it up to Topher Grace. I know not a lot of people like Topher Grace. His acting style outside of that '70s show. Um, but he done a fantastic job in this movie, and I did not see that twist coming at all. I was just like, oh, I hope, because I like Topher Grace. I was the entire time I was watching this movie, I was like, oh, okay. I just hope he doesn't die or anything. That he's one of the few that might actually survive. But no, he got his much deserved comeuppance. Um, Then of course, the other two actors that I recognized was well, technically five. Yeah, it's actually technically five. So Danny Trejo is in this for the first half hour, and then he gets taken off, killed off screen, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Having him being killed off screen. Um, I would have liked to seen his death, because I like Danny Trejo. I grew up with him as Machete in the Spy Kids franchise. The first three. We don't talk about any of the other Spy Kids movies after Spy Kids 3. And no, I will not be watching the new one. That's either come out or is due out whenever the fuck it's due out. I'm not gonna watch it. Anyway, and like even with his cameo in Breaking Bad, I really liked. And there wasn't really much of his character there to warrant me, getting attached to him for when he was killed off screen. Um, Obviously there's the main guy whose name I'm forgetting about, but he's more well known as for playing Morbius in the X. No, I was about to say X-Men. I'm an idiot. Matrix. I should just have my movie fan card revoked for that. But anyway, yeah, I recognize. I've never seen The Matrix, but I do obviously recognize him for that, and he's been in a few things like Ant-Man and the Wasp was one that I have seen him in. That also brings me to the Prisoner. Again, the actor's name is escaping me, but obviously I recognized him for playing one of the quote unquote villains in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Um, so yeah, I was surprised that I actually recognized quite a number of people in this movie. Now, my favorite scene, though, I will say, my absolute favorite scene in this movie is when the Yakuza member is fighting a predator with the sword, with his katana and the predator's sword. That scene looked so good. Would have been that bit better if it was, a brighter scene. Um, but yeah, it definitely gave me like Shinobi vibes. Like the NES game that had, the very first cutscene in video game history was in that NES game. But still, it was just really, really well done. I know Predators is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. On Letterboxd, it's sitting at a 2.8 out of 5 stars. But still, I really enjoyed this movie as a first time watch. I'm really glad that I finally got around to it. Because like I said, this has been a movie that I've been really, really looking forward to. I loved the Predator designs again, especially seeing some new stuff in relation to that. So I don't know anything about the Predators. I know a little bit about Prey. So whenever I get my hands on the Predators, I'll probably end up reviewing that in the new year because I have November's and December's videos planned out. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all on the next upload, which is going to be my Doctor Who um, Series 9 review. So I'll see you all for that one.